Continuing the Batman-animation theme, this video explores 2008's Batman Gotham Knight, an American-Japanese collaborative anthology film allegedly, vaguely, and quite confusingly set within Christopher Nolan's cinematic Batman universe, taking place between the first two films of said trilogy, though in my opinion it's more enjoyable if viewed as a separate entity. Being an anthology film, numerous visual styles, tones, and plot points are explored across various segments by various animation studios and various writers. I said various quite a lot there. And each will be individually reviewed, beginning with Have I Got a Story for You? A trio of teenagers inform their friend of their recent encounters with Batman. One insisting Batman's a vampiric living shadow, one insisting he's a gigantic bat, comparable to the recurring DC villain who's essentially a man-bat. I forget that villain's name. And one insisting Batman's a weaponized robot. Though presumably adapted from the new Batman Adventures episode Legends of the Dark Knight, this segment offers several original strengths. The use of distinctive settings casually enhances world building, the characters narrating personal encounters with Batman, as opposed to discussing general rumours as they did in the Legends of the Dark Knight, creates an immersive, focused narrative. The playfully stylized artwork provides a clear lease of life, and the ending is satisfyingly moving. Moments of slightly artificial sounding line delivery or dialogue are the only flaws offered by this promising introduction. Crossfire. While escorting a criminal who was featured in the previous segment, two police officers become embroiled in gang warfare and are caught in the crossfire. Oh, now the title makes sense. While the narrative is interesting, with powerful moments of tension and striking colours, the animation's slightly inconsistent. Certain ideas feel underexplored. For example, the debate over the positivity of Batman's presence in Gotham feels slightly simplified, and certain events feel slightly elongated. Field test. After Bruce Wayne investigates a potentially villainous millionaire at a charity golf match, Batman patrols the streets, donning a bullet-deflecting device created by Lucius Fox, which for some reason Bruce Wayne is told about before Batman is ever seen using it. Oh wait, Bruce Wayne is Batman. That really changes the entire film. A strong premise, insightful characterization, and pleasing artwork are offered by this segment. Unfortunately, the decision to foreshadow events in future segments, as opposed to focusing exclusively on the current segment, means that certain scenes feel slightly disconnected. In Darkness Dwells. Batman traverses Gotham's absurdly spacious sewers, thanks for that phrase TV tropes, wherein he encounters a villain whose appearance is essentially that of a killer croc. I forget this villain's name now. As well as the master of fear himself, Dr. Crane. No, the other one. No, the other one. Thank you. I don't know who I'm saying thank you to, it was me who edited that. Thanks to semi-abstract, faintly grotesque, richly coloured, wildly characterful visuals, a gripping tale, interesting, respectfully represented characters, and sustained menace, this, in my opinion, is the strongest segment, suffering only very slightly from a lack of insight into Batman's psyche, which is arguably unnecessary in a story of this nature, and in fairness is provided in other segments, such as Working Through Pain. What a great transition that was, which, as before, has been ruined by the fact I've pointed out how good a transition it was. I need to stop that. After being shot following the events of the prior segment, Batman recalls Bruce Wayne's previous experiences with pain management, though I'm not sure how he knows so much about Bruce Wayne. Oh yeah, they're the same person, I'm not used to that twist yet. Strengths include introspective, clear, emotional examination of Batman's mindset, refreshing, justified scenery changes, and balletically tense fight choreography. The absence of any true antagonist is slightly disappointing, especially since the Scarecrow was connected to Batman's injury, though the inclusion of one may have felt forced. And the lack of a villain is rectified in a broader sense by the following segment, which heavily focuses on Deadshot. You'll be glad to know I won't spend any time acknowledging how great this transition was. Oh, I have now. Well, I'll edit that bit out if I don't forget. Oh, I forgot. In this final chapter, Batman battles the titular marksman who's been tasked with assassinating one James Gordon, as opposed to two James Gordons. This segment excels thanks to detailed character designs, a rich colour palette, thrilling action sequences, and a blending of clear tension and elaborate showmanship, with its only blemish being a slightly misplaced, unnecessary melodramatic monologue explaining the attraction of a gun, courtesy of Batman himself. With every segment now reviewed, the video will shortly conclude. Yes, that rhyme was completely intentional, I'm glad you noticed. And yes, I suppose I am a genius, thank you. It doesn't even scan, does it? As well as the strengths highlighted within each passage, the film also offers suitable voice performances, particularly the late great Kevin Conroy reprising his iconic role as the Dark Knight. Thanks to its maturity, creativity, variety, visuals, and skillful writing courtesy of an experienced team, Batman Gotham Knight is a worthy, underrated piece of Batman animation. Initially, I was confused by the film's decision to ensure all segments were interconnected in spite of their different writing and animation teams. This decision felt slightly counterproductive to the purpose of an anthology, and makes the aesthetic differences more distracting if they're supposed to take place within the same universe, though it proves a worthy choice in other ways, and creates a necessary consistency. A more clear flaw, though, is the film's short length, lasting only an hour, so there's a definite sense of some unrealised potential. Regardless, this film earns a 9 out of 10, physical copies are affordably available, at least in the UK, and the film is highly recommended to any Batmanimation fans interested in the adult-oriented aspects of the Batman mythos. Thanks for watching, and if I don't see you next time, I'll assume you're in Gotham sewers pursuing Killer Croc. Oh, that's his name! Hit me with your Deadshot. Why don't you hit me with your Deadshot? Come on now, hit me with your Deadshot. Fire away. Few seconds left. I'll buy my sweet red roses, 2 blooms for a penny.